You don't always have to go to a fine restaurant to find good food, but you might have to get your hands dirty. Red Carpet Bay Area found some students in Silicon Valley making great food from a unique classroom, an organic garden. Truly a recipe for success. Take 20,000 square feet of gardens, stir in farm animals, some smart students, and a dash of teacher commitment, and you end up with fine food that would please even the most discriminating palates. Dr. Stewart Slafter has been teaching history and geography at Sacred Heart Prep in Atherton for over a decade. He got the idea to plant a student garden 6 years ago.
As a history teacher, I talk a lot about the Inca and the Maya and traditional systems of gardening, and yet the students themselves had never really seen a potato plant. They didn't understand how beans and corn and squash could all be planted together. Students used to ask me all the time whether or not you needed to have a rooster for a chicken to lay an egg.
That was then, but not anymore. The students' garden has grown, not just in size, but in importance too.
The gardening program is connected to our core mission. The goal is that students get their hands dirty and make connections between what they're learning in the classroom, what our mission is, and some real hands-on experience.
You're not just cooped up in a classroom the whole time. You actually get out of the classroom, you get into the air, and you get to pick the plants you get to grow, and you get to see them as they progress and how they grow. There's something satisfying about planting something and then months later you look down, you push the leaves aside and there's a big old turnip or a big old radish there, and you feel a sense of accomplishment that you grew that.
One of the chief purposes of this garden is to teach students how to be stewards of the Earth's resources.
And as those resources become more precious, sustainability is key, and the goal is to grow organic.
Organic, of course, means many things to many people, but chiefly it means nothing that goes on in the garden should have something to do with a substance that was not at some point alive. The notion of sustainability is to plant, nurture, and harvest in such a way that agriculture can be continued on a permanent basis without ever having to spend a lot of money to do it. On campus, we have rabbits, chickens, and goats. This goat, Connie, and another female goat, Donna, are left here on patches of weeds whenever we need some weeding in the garden. We also have a dozen hens on this campus, and on the one hand, they deliver a huge amount of nitrogen-rich manure to us, which is valuable for the sustainability of the garden. From the perspective, though, of the teachers and the students, the best thing about the chickens is the eggs. And lastly, we have a bunch of bunnies. And the bunnies, although they don't serve a purpose in providing food, do serve a purpose in providing manure.
Right now, we're basically getting peas and a lot of greens, like salad greens. We're about to have fava beans come up.
After every harvest, students deliver boxes of organic vegetables to elderly nuns, local families, and charities.
This is the only school in the county that is allowed to serve student-grown food in its cafeteria. When the representatives of the county of San Mateo showed up here, they were astounded at the sheer amount of food that we grew here, and also astounded at the spiritedness of the students who grew it.
Everyone wants to be in the class. It's very competitive.
I just thought it'd be an easy A, and it's an unbelievably interesting class, and I really love what I'm doing.
Dr. Stewart's final exam is half multiple choice, and on the other half, students have to identify plant leaves based on taste, touch, and smell. And when they're done,
at the end of the year, we're going to pick a bunch of things and cook them up and have a big feast.
Bon appetit!